G'day jet setters, welcome back to another video and thanks for tuning in. This video, Squeeze and myself the missus and myself are heading to Casterton. We're going to have a look at the Kpy dogs, and then we're going to go to a little place called Coleraine. Then just out of Coleraine there's a place out there, a very, very nice, pretty place to go to, but a very sad place to go to. It's called the Killing Fields. I knew nothing about this not so long ago, but I'm about to find out. So we've got Casterton for the Kpys, for the puppy love, and we go to the Coleraine, just next to the chocolate factory, but we're not going to the chocolate factory at the moment. We're going to go to a place where Elizabeth Arden, but at the moment we're staying at a little church, the Wilderness Church, just in Victoria, outside of Mt Gambier. A quaint little church. Yeah. Don't know where the missus has gone. She took off on me. Yeah, there we go. The Wilderness Church, Strathdownie. Hey, jet setters. Like I said, thanks for tuning in, and we'll get going. We'll head into Casterton for puppy love. Oh, cheers. Missus, where are you? Okay. This is Casterton, home of the Kpy. Casterton Kpy Walk walking trail. Have done that. It's a pretty good walk actually. Quite enjoyed it. Just thought I'd tell you a little bit about the history of the Kpy. Back in 1870, thereabouts 1 or 2 years, is when the first of the Kpy dogs was to be inbreeding at the time, and I've been told 1871 was when the first Kpy of this strain, I suppose, was actually when the bitch gave pup. Then in 1872 the first pup was sold to a Mr. Jack Gleeson at Warwick, which is just north of Casterton. It was a Warwick homestead, which is somewhere we can go and drive through as well. Not drive through, go to and have a look through the place. Quite good, done that. Very nice, didn't take any video. But anyway, back to the Kpy. The Kpy was, there goes my phone. I have to answer that later. They used to have a Kpy muster out there at Warwick, which was held on the back of the ute. And the very first of the Kpys was sold $2,000 back then. Then after that, they brought the Kpy muster into Casterton, where it is today. But it's only been a one-day event. The muster into one day. Then eventually it went from the one day into a 2-day festival, like I said before. The first day is they have fun and games up and down the street, down the road, doing runs and jumps and hill climbs and stuff. And on the second day, out around the back at the Island Park, where they have the auction, and yeah, it's really an eye-opener just to come here and have a look around and watch the dogs working and all that sort of stuff. It's quite good. Definitely be coming back again during this week, this year or next year, to have a bit of a look and see what goes on for there. But anyway, yeah, urge you, grab the kids, grab the missus, throw them in the ute or whatever on the back, and come on down to Casterton, June long weekend. Put that in your calendar and see these dogs and that at work, and also the auctions. Really impressive. And I think I said before, the highest price for the most expensive dog or bitch to be sold here is $32,500. That's not bad. Anyway, moving on. When you get to Casterton and you want to have a look around, but before you do, go to the Tourist Information Centre, grab the missus and kids. There is toilets up there. Go inside, and the screens or videos, whatever you like to call them, on loop, and telling you all about the kelpies. Really interesting to sit down there and watch, or just stand there and watch. And the ladies in behind the counter there, they'll be able to help you out with a wealth of knowledge. Recommend that highly. And they'll also recommend places to stay and other things to do in the area. Tourist Information Centre, Casterton. Over the 2-day period, day one, they have bale jumping. See how high they can jump. There's a competition for that, where the dog runs up the hill in behind. Then there's other various different sorts of competitions what they hold up and down the street. It first started off as a one-day auction. Now it's onto a 2-day festival, where they have a bit of fun day on the Saturday, then they have the auction on the Sunday, and which is held around at the pavilions, showgrounds, come football oval, up around the back near S Lagoon. G'day, jet setters. A few things were kicking around the table the other day, and some of the richest people in the world. And I said to them, did you know, I'm from Mt Gambier, if you don't know, in South Australia. And I said, did you know one of the wealthiest, back in the 1800s, a very wealthy, one of the richest women in the world, come from Casterton. And when she come to Australia, she had no money. Anyway, I'll tell you a little bit about the story about it. And that is, Helen Ribstone was the lady, and she left Poland back in, forget the date, let me have a look, about 1872 she came out. She left Poland in 1872. She arrived in Melbourne town, as they called it back then, and she eventually got here to Casterton, and where she was boarding with her mother's brother, I think it was, and he was living out here, and so she came out here and she stayed here. She didn't like it living here in the country, but something she did realise, that is, She left Poland in 1872. She arrived in Melbourne town, as they called it back then, and she eventually got here to Casterton, and where she was boarding with her mother's brother, I think it was, and he was living out here, and so she came out here and she stayed here. She didn't like it living here in the country, but something she did realise, that is that lanolin, I have trouble saying that, lanolin, which comes from sheep's wool, off the sheep's back, was here, and because of this very fact, she it led her back into Melbourne, and she made cosmetics, which then made her very famous and one of the wealthiest women in the world. And somewhere along the line, she changed her name to Elizabeth Arden, and I'm not too sure what happens after that, but she lived here in Casterton, Victoria, Western Victoria. She came out from Poland with nothing, no money, into an uncle's shop. I don't know what the shop was. I'll see if I can find out. But then she made a wealth through lanolin oil into cosmetics. So she was one of the wealthiest women in the world, or in Australia, no, in the world. I'm pretty sure it's in the world, through cosmetics. She lived here in Casterton. Wrong, she lived here in Coleraine. And this wealth took her all around the world, eventually dying on the 1st of April 1965 in New York. So she was well travelled, another fortune done off the sheep's back, eh? And I've come down to get a picture of her. Hey jet setters, we arrived at Konongwoontong, where the Gunditj tribe used to be. Konongwoontong meaning quiet place, and I can see that. Okay, we've got some reading to do here. It does look like very nice reading. But anyway, I shall read this, and I'll get back to you. This is what I'm looking at anyway. I'll do the reading for you. It's just down there. So, and just on the other side of that wall, or dam, is the water. Okay, I'll go back and do some reading, and then I'll get you guys, bring you guys up to full bottle. Konongwoontong Reserve. It's just out of Coleraine, out of Casterton. What a beautiful spot. What a beautiful spot. And sorry about the wind. I a little bit disheartened about this place, because as I move around, I I'm gobsmacked of what happened in this area. It's the killing fields. The killing fields of the Gunditj Marara people. I'm just going to have a bit of a read and a bit of a think. This is such a beautiful place, and such a massacre, a murder of great. Anyway, look, I'm just going to have a little bit of time for myself. It was bloody disgusting what happened here a long time ago. Anyway, I'll get back to you. Yeah, hey jet setters. I don't know where to begin this, but let's go back to the beginning. I'm a bit set back by what I've just learnt. I'm going to sit down. Let's go back to the beginning, I suppose. Back in 1840, I've got to remember some of these things I've just read and learnt. But back in 1840, 1870, somewhere about there, a massacre of astounding proportions happened here. In a nutshell, some sheep were stolen. I think around about 40 to 50 head of sheep. Some what do you call trackers, or whatever you like to call them, from the local station over here. They went out looking for the sheep, and they couldn't find any. Looking for wild dogs and dingoes or whatever else is in the area to kill these sheep off. They couldn't find any resemblance of the sheep. This is a way of the white man's story anyway. So they went looking, couldn't find them, on horseback obviously, and thought they'll come back past Konongwoontong Lake. And they would have known back then it was from the Gunditj tribe who lived in around this area. So they come back past, and when they come past, they found, so they say, sheep remains, or they were eating sheep. So they killed the Gunditj tribe, men, women and children. Not the whole lot of them, the rest might have been out hunting, I suppose. But just got out and killed them, murdered them. For what it's worth, I'll go into about that in a minute, but for what that's worth, those couple of workers were sent on their merry way from work. They didn't want them anymore. So the story has been told. But they got away with murder of about 40. We're not too sure of how many people. I'm just, how can you come in how could you come along and accuse somebody of stealing sheep? And where's the justification? Even back then days, my mind boggles for how people thought back then. Maybe it's still the same today. Of to kill, murder, massacre, because that's what it was. An absolute bloody massacre. Of the numbers unsure, like I said. 40, I say up to about 40 people of the Gunditj tribe, Gunditj Marara tribe, which also go down towards Tower Hill near Warrnambool, which is south from here. And this was just a couple of months after. A couple of months after another massacre and the name escapes me at the moment. What happened here? Of the 60 others, other people, other from the Gunditj tribe. But anyway, that's not the worst of it. That's not the worst of it. There's about 100. Okay, there's about 100. Fairly bad. Yes, there's about 100 people slaughtered. 100 Aboriginals of the Gunditj tribe, Gunditj Marara tribe, murdered. I'm not too sure where. I'm going to try and find out that in a second. But the disturbing part about all this, somewhere just over there, we'll find out that in a minute. All this was covered up. And the only reason why it's come, how people knew about it, 100 years later, you heard me right, 100 years later, there's a heavy rain and it washed away soil and dirt, and the local farmer of the area seen the bones and, let's say, raised the alarm, I suppose. But that's how. Then he did the right thing. He reburied him. We'll hopefully find that site out in a minute. He did a reburying, and but then it was kept quiet for 100 years until that heavy rains. And this has all happened here at Reservoir Konongwoontong of the Marara, Gunditj Marara tribe. I didn't realise there's so many massacres, murders in this area. I did not know. I didn't know about this one. And there's one, like I said, of another 60 murdered massacre just south of here at some rock, which I won't say in case I get it all wrong. I'll get the drone up. We'll have a bit of a look around and go for a bit more of a walk and see what we find. Got a beautiful spot, absolutely beautiful spot. as you walk around the place, you get this feel of peacefulness, this strange feeling. Yeah, something I can't explain. It's just a place where you you feel at peace. There's only one other place I've felt that. That's just out of Kpy. But anyway, we're here now. Yeah, so walking up to the what do you call that? The causeway, I suppose, where when heavy rains come, it can run in here into the reservoir. I dare say there might be the odd Joe Bloke around. Yeah, the odd feeling of tranquil, if that's the right word, tranquility, I don't know. Here's the weir wall itself. Or the dam wall. Well, jet setters, that's Konongwoontong Reserve with the Gunditj tribe, Marara tribe. There's a few questions I've got to ask along the way too. Gunditj Marara or Gunditj. I'm not too sure which way it goes. So I think it's all in one word. But anyway, after the murders and the massacres, what they did up around this lake in 1840, 1870, in around those years, the Gunditj tribe went down to Tower Hill, as I've been led to believe, and that's where they spent the time. I don't know, I'm going to find out a bit more, but I suppose I'll Google it. But so anyway, that's it from me. I'm going to sit here and eat the salt roll in this tranquil, peaceful area. It's beautiful. It's really absolutely beautiful. When the glass get going, it makes a bit of noise, but you know. Yeah, I'm going to make my salt roll. I'll give you a point out through there. Shift me that for you. Last bit of a look around. There is no camping, but there is places to camp it back in Coleraine, Casterton, Hamilton. Yeah. So even just up the road you got Wannon Falls, and that's got some free camping, so you can go up there and have a bit of a look. But anyway, that's all from me. I have to go pick up the missus. She's back at in Casterton. I've seen somebody, not Casterton, Coleraine. I've seen somebody, or into the shops. Okay, jet setters, all the best. Please, if you have liked this video of the killing fields, the murder, the massacre, I don't know what to say, but that's what it was. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, still give me a thumbs up, but leave some comments below. Maybe some stuff I can learn by. I'm always out for more knowledge, but please, thumbs up, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Hey jet setters, end of the week. Where do we go? Right, something to report. The other day, there's a car accident just out the road and a bus. 3 nuns were killed. Just like that, instantly. Anyway, the first one goes up to the pearly gates. St. Peter's up there waiting, and as she approaches, St. Peter says, "You may enter, but you must get one question right first. Ask you one question and you must get it right." She said, "Yes, yes, Father, yes." So, you ready? "Yes, I am, Father." "Fire away." So, where was Adam's favourite place? And she said, "That's simple." But St. Peter, "That's simple. That's the Garden of Eden." Well done. And the gates open up and she wanders through. The gates close. And St. Peter's back there waiting a bit longer. And the next one rocks up. And he turns to her, "Yes, my dear. One question and you can enter. You must get it right." "Yes." "You ready?" "Yes, I'm ready." "I'm ready, Father, I'm ready." "Fire away." When Eve went to the Garden of Eden, who did she meet? And she said, "That would be Adam, Father, that would be Adam." "Well done, my child, well done." And the gates opened up just automatically as she wanders through. The gates close. And that's fantastic. And then the third one rocks up to the gate. And St. Peter said to her, "You may enter on one condition. There's one question to ask, and you must get it right before you can enter. Are you ready, my child?" "Yes, I am, Father." "Fire away." Okay. What did Eve say to Adam when she met him? And she's thinking. St. Peter said again, what did Eve say to Adam when they met in the Garden of Eden? She couldn't think. St. Peter says, "What's the answer, my dear?" She goes, "That's a hard one." And next minute the gates open up. She wanders through. Boom, boom. Cheers.